While there are many benefits to being the parents of one of the biggest pop stars in the world, being so does not protect you from severe stress or fatal diseases. Nobody is more aware of this than Scott and Andrea Swift. Although Taylor Swift has been a household name for years, she was once a struggling musician like all other young, aspirational musicians. Despite significant obstacles in their path, her parents Scott and Andrea have been committed to supporting their young daughter in realizing her aspirations. For instance, a 2005 email that Scott had sent back became public in 2023. While suing Taylor for purported underpayment, her former manager Daniel Dimtro made the email public. The message gives the impression that Scott Swift is angry at having to stay at home while his wife travels with Taylor. He penned, "Who gets to travel to New England, New York, and every cool appearance? Not your father, unable to fix hair. Dad does not talk enough. Who covers travel expenses to New York?" Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel before we move on, friends. It's really significant to me. Fortunately, Scott eventually became a mainstay at many of Taylor's most significant events, so the family dynamic didn't remain this way forever. Growing up on her parents' Christmas tree farm in Wyoming, Pennsylvania, Taylor Swift appeared to have had a perfect childhood. She was, however, eager to leave town and pursue a career in country music from a young age, much to her parents' dismay. She acknowledged as much in a 2014 interview with Time magazine. "I started nagging, begging, and pleading with my parents to take me on a trip there. This happens to be a dream come true for me." It was imperative to allow Taylor to follow her dreams after she eventually secured a development deal. Thus, Scott and Andrea Swift bid fir trees farewell to Pennsylvania and welcomed sweltering Tennessee summers in their place. Saying goodbye to everything they knew couldn't have been easy for the entire Swift family, even though everything worked out in the end. Whether they like it or not, celebrities' families are essentially public figures by default. In light of this, it's not shocking that since their daughter gained notoriety, Andrea and Scott Swift's relationship has been scrutinized. They were divorcing, according to a 2011 tabloid Star article. According to a family friend, Taylor has experienced a great deal. The anguish of her parents' divorce will be highlighted on the new album. The family friend added that Scott and Andrea had actually broken up some time ago. Not that they cared to share the news with anyone, they were just happy to keep it to themselves. Though they chose not to file for divorce out of concern that it would harm Taylor's career, it is purported that the fact that Andrea toured with Taylor on a regular basis contributed to the breakup of the couple. It's unclear if they stayed apart or even went through with an official divorce because neither Taylor nor her parents have ever made any public remarks about their relationship. In any case, they seem to get along well since they are frequently seen standing by their daughter's side at different functions. When his daughter shared one of Scott Swift's posts on her Tumblr page in 2019, it became public knowledge of the singer's private Facebook account. The moment Taylor realized she had revealed her dad's account to her hordes of fans, she probably removed the post almost instantly. But by the time some Swifties got to Scott's private profile and took some screenshots, it was too late. Some of Taylor's posts were a little more controversial, but the one he shared was a fairly harmless status update about how to trick his phone's step counter. Blue Lives Matter immigration and Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren were among the subjects of right-wing memes discovered by fans. The screenshots put some heat on Scott, and these memes didn't exactly sit well with left-leaning Swifties. Although Taylor is well known for consistently endorsing Democratic candidates and liberal causes, she has never commented on any of her dad's Facebook posts. Scott eventually deleted his account, which might suggest that there was a significant amount of conflict going on behind the scenes. Do you really care if the internet doesn't like you today? Throughout her career, Taylor Swift has consistently been open and willing to divulge details about her personal life. However, she is cautious not to divulge too much about her parents. There have been a few noteworthy outliers, though. In a 2015 Tumblr post, for instance, she disclosed that her mother Andrea had cancer. She wanted you to know the specifics of her condition and treatment plans, the writer stated in her letter. She wanted you to know because it's possible that your parents are too busy juggling everything to visit the doctor, and reminding them to get checked for cancer could result in an early diagnosis and a simpler battle. I appreciate how much you care about my family because she would want me to tell you about this information. Taylor then revealed to Elle magazine in 2019 that Andrea had received a second cancer diagnosis. She disclosed that her father had also experienced a similar illness. The singer gave an explanation, saying, "I had to learn how to deal with serious illness in my family. My mom is currently battling cancer once again. Both of her parents have experienced the disease. I've learned from it that there are actual problems in addition to everything else." The following year, Taylor informed her fans that her mother had developed a brain tumor during chemotherapy, which alarmed the fans. She acknowledged, "As a family, we've just been through a really difficult time. I'm sorry you had cancer." There's no denying the closeness between Taylor and Andrea Swift. The singer revealed to Variety in 2020 that everyone has an important mom, everyone loves their mom. However, she serves as my primary source of guidance. A song penned by Taylor in 2019 that was inspired by Andrea is titled Soon You'll Get Better. The chicks are featured in the song Lover, which is about going to the doctor with her mother. Taylor's heartfelt lyrics show her trying to come to terms with the thought of losing a person who has been her pillar of support her entire life. Despite Taylor's infrequent live performances, fans have embraced this poignant song. "We as a family decided to put this on the album, and it's something I'm so proud of, but it's just really hard," she said in an explanation given during a YouTube live video prior to the album's release. "I am not able to sing it. Just coping with that song on an emotional level is difficult." At the One World Together at Home benefit concert in 2020, Taylor performed Soon You'll Get Better live for the first time. Open political discourse by celebrities can carry significant risks beyond the presence of trolls in the comments section. For a considerable amount of her career as a public figure, Taylor Swift avoided becoming politicized. And her father, fearing for her safety, insisted that she maintain it that way. However, in 2018, Taylor was prepared to assume the risk. She stated on Instagram, "I feel very differently about that now because of several events in my life and in the world in the past 2 years. In the past, I've been reluctant to publicly voice my political opinions. My vote has always been and will continue to be based on which candidate will uphold and defend the human rights that I think every citizen of this nation is entitled to." In addition, Taylor supported Democratic congressional candidate Jim Cooper and Republican Tennessee Senate candidate Marsha Blackburn, while criticizing Blackburn's Democratic opponent, Phil Bredesen. Scott tried to talk his daughter out of posting the statement in a scene from the 2020 Netflix documentary Taylor Swift Miss Americana. "Having finished reading it all, I can honestly say that I'm afraid right now. It is me who ventured to purchase armored vehicles." Later, Taylor said to Variety that she understood her father's concerns, saying, "He has to see how many stalkers we deal with every day and knows that this is his kid. My dad is terrified of threats against my safety and my life. He originates from there." Scott Swift has always worried about the security and safety of his daughter. However, an intruder breaking into his Florida penthouse in 2020 put his personal safety in jeopardy. When he returned home one evening, the $4 million condo was occupied by a man named Terrence Hoover. Using an emergency exit stairwell, Hoover reportedly climbed 13 floors, got past the gate and security guard, and gained entry. Hoover allegedly fought back against Scott, and Scott left the area. In an interview with the Tampa Bay Times after he was apprehended, his mother maintained that the charges against him were unfounded and amounted to nothing more than trespassing. Additionally, she stated that he was looking for his estranged wife when he unintentionally ended up in Scott's apartment. The music industry was essentially turned upside down by Taylor Swift's feud with record executive Scooter Braun. When he bought her whole back catalog in 2019, she became enraged because she described it as her worst-case scenario on Tumblr. "I asked, pleaded for a chance to own my work for years," she recalled. Swift decided to reclaim her past records and re-release them with new recordings after selling them to Braun. Subsequently, it was revealed that Scott Swift received $15 million when Braun purchased the back catalog. Fans of the singer were prepared to take a stern stand against Scott because of this circumstance. He made a point of stating that he was unaware of the deal prior to its brokering, but that turned out to be the case. Scott was a shareholder in Big Machine Records, LLC. According to Entertainment Tonight, Scott declined to take part in a shareholders' call where he would have been asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement. He could not have talked to his daughter about the deal if there had been such an agreement. According to the representative, her dad did not join that call because he did not want to be required to withhold any information from his own daughter. That's it, people. What are your thoughts on this tale? Please leave a remark below, like my video, and subscribe to my channel.